What I want to do is help you get through the silly season as courses become available to you for Black Friday sales. We've got Cyber Monday and then the lead up to the new year. You are going to be seeing ads for all sorts of courses and you will begin to wonder which ones you should take. So you may be thinking to yourself, I'm just not cut out for this to be an author. So it's the quiet thought that every author has when yet another strategy fails. You've bought the courses, you've done the webinars, you've filled notebooks with notes. So why are your book sales still flat? It's not because you're lazy or missing some secret trick. It's because you've been trying to follow someone else's brain. So here's what happens. You see an ad promising the answer, grow your list faster or master Amazon ads, win with Facebook ads. You buy it, you watch the videos, you do a few lessons, but it never feels natural. So you stop. And then the guilt hits. You think, maybe I'm just not business minded. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. Maybe my books aren't good enough. Does any of that sound familiar? The truth is, those courses can work for the person who created them. They built their system around their energy, their personality, and their readers. You have a different brain, a different life, and different books. If the system doesn't match you, you won't maintain it. And if you can't maintain it, it won't work. You've been doing your best, just with the wrong map. What you actually need isn't another course. You need a structure that's built around you, your energy, your schedule, your creative rhythm. That's what creates consistency. And consistency is actually the secret sauce that we're all looking for to increase our sales. When you work with your natural flow instead of fighting it, marketing becomes simple, calm, and effective. One of my authors came to me after spending thousands on different marketing programs. She'd tried different courses, different tactics, short courses, longer courses. She'd tried just about everything. Ads, reels, newsletters, but nothing had stuck. Once we tailored a simple plan that fit her writing routine and her personality, she started seeing steady sales in under a month. The difference? She stopped forcing herself into someone else's system. You're not broken. You're just trying to follow a system that was never designed for you. When your marketing plan fits your mind and your time, you finally see results and you feel calm doing it. You don't need more information. What you actually need is alignment. What I want to share with you is how a system works relating to you. So you may see yourself in one of these examples that I'm going to give. So you may be somebody who likes a lot of information. You may want to know all the nuts and bolts. You may want to know the steps from A to Z. And before you do that, before you take a step, you want to know all the things that need to happen. Your writing may be quite similar. You plot things out. You know when you start a book where you're going to end up. You have all that information together. So think of yourself as a very conscientious marketer, a conscientious writer. Now, balance that out with somebody, a different writer, who is somebody who writes by the seat of their pants. We call them a pantster. So they know kind of where they want their book to go. They have a sort of a plot. They know their characters at least, and they allow the characters and their creativity to direct where they're going to go. So they don't really know necessarily where they're going to end up. They just know that they are going to end up somewhere. And their marketing is somewhat like that. They may start something and then not follow through, try something else, do that for a little while, not follow through, and that kind of pattern repeats. This is not somebody who plots versus somebody who's a pantster. This is not one's right or one is wrong. It's simply different personalities. And within that spectrum, you will find all sorts of authors with all sorts of combinations of how they like to do things, of how they process information, of how they use their energy. All of these things come into play when you are creating a marketing system for your books. What you will often find, particularly around Black Friday and all the sales that we have towards the end of the year, is that you potentially are going to be buying bits and pieces. So rather than actually buying a system that works for you in your personality and your energy, you are going to be buying a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and then you're going to try and mesh them together with what you already have in place. And this is where the struggle comes. It's not the fact that you are necessarily buying different kind of courses. It's the fact that you're not actually creating a system that works for you. So your system is going to incorporate all these different kinds of tactics. The system actually directs you as to what tactic is going to work for you. This very much depends on your energy style. It very much depends on how you process information. It very much depends on, are you an extrovert or an introvert? All of these personality traits and the way you work and your productivity traits, all of these things come together to form your perfect system. And you need to recognize that. So what I'm going to encourage you to do is, instead of chasing all these bits and pieces, courses, and a little bit of this and a little bit of that, is to actually make the decision to create a system that will work for you. That way you're going to stop spending your money on all these courses that potentially are not going to work for you because they're not right for you and your style of doing things. If you're ready to stop chasing every new course and finally build a book marketing system that fits you, then it's time for your signature Get My Book Out There marketing system. Inside, we tailor your marketing to your books, to your personality, and to your life. That way you get to feel in control, you can grow your sales and get back to writing. The one thing that authors in my program tell me is that they feel calm. They no longer are worried about, should they buy this course? Will this one be the answer for them? They know, because they have a clear foundation, they know who their readers are, they know what's going to attract those readers, and they are consistently doing the things they need to do in their way in order to increase their sales. Honestly, the feeling of calm that authors who are in the program tell me they feel is such a distinct change to when they first started, where they were stressed. Some of them were even considering giving up writing. They were trying all sorts of things and just flinging things against the wall and seeing what stuck. No clear direction, but that's simply because they didn't have the right system and the right foundation in place. So someone's plan is going to look very different between each of the authors. Your plan is going to look different to somebody else's because your plan actually reflects you and the things that are going to work for you and your books. Every author can sell books, but only when they stop trying to think like someone else. So trust your rhythm, build your system, and keep writing. Come and join me inside your signature Get My Book Out There marketing system. I can't wait to meet you and get you started selling books.